Hey guys, my name is Andrew Hosford, and today I'm going to be talking about why MLB players who have been accused of steroid use should be voted into Hall of Fame. Back in the 1980s and 1990s, a majority of the baseball players in the MLB were caught using steroids during the games. They were trying to level the playing field in hopes that they would outlast their opponents. During this time, the players became bodybuilder lookalikes and twice and three times their own size. My points of why these athletes should be voted into Hall of Fame are they still had the athleticism that was needed in order to be admitted into the Hall of Fame. Two, the raw talent that they had was far exceeding the steroid use that they were accused of. And three, people should never be held accountable for things that almost everyone in the environment was doing. Steroids were used by everyone in this time period. Should these players that were caught be reprimanded for their mistakes when trying to do the same exact thing that other players were doing around the league? Baseball players transformed during this time period. They went from tall, lanky baseball players to bulky men who hit the ball 400 or 500 feet. The body and attitudes of these players changed during this time period, and the game became much more exciting. The popularity of baseball massively grew during this time. The fans came out to the game knowing that there was going to be multiple home runs during the time period. The fans always want a new way to find excitement in baseball, seeing that's already a very slow game. The people who did not use steroids during this time period were at a massive disadvantage. They had to play against guys twice their size and could hit the ball twice as far as them. I understand that this isn't fair for them following the rules, but during this time period you have to somewhat adjust to what everyone else is doing in order to succeed. This era was all about home runs and who could hit the most home runs in one season and who could hit the furthest home run. The attendance at these baseball games grew massively because the fans knew about the excitement that they were about to witness. Baseball not only became more popular in the cities, but outside those cities and nationwide. The negative connotation of steroids is viewed as an illegal drug, and it gives the players an extra advantage that not everyone has. But during this time period, you somewhat had to adapt to your surroundings and had to take these steroids in order to be a successful professional baseball player. Whether you're taking steroids or not, it still took athleticism in order to succeed at this high level of baseball. The steroids did not hit the ball farther for them. They still had to put in their own personal work and had to put in that man hours that was needed in order to succeed. By taking steroids, it allows you to recover at a quicker pace, and it allows you to maximize every day that you're at the ball field. It still took the athlete to do the baseball athleticism type of things during the game. They could be taking steroids, but if they were unable to hit the ball, it wouldn't matter at that point. The players had to adapt to the playing style, which meant cheating in a lot of the fans and other players' point of views. They had to level the playing field knowing that the guy that was going against them on the other team had been doing the same thing for a multiple amount of years, and they just had to level the playing field almost and succeed themselves. These MLB players that were accused of using steroids back in the 80s and 90s are now held accountable for their actions and are not voted on to be admitted to the Hall of Fame. Regardless of their stats, they're breaking all these records and still they are left off the ballot. I see this as somewhat unfair. From one point of view, it is illegal and it was considered cheating at the time. But on the other end, you have to adapt to the playing style that was going on, and therefore steroids were somewhat of a daily necessity for these players in order to succeed. These players, for example, Alex Rodriguez, Miguel Tejada, multiple others have been found accountable on using steroids, and I think personally that they should be voted on by the fans and the baseball writers into the Hall of Fame because of their stats. Barry Bonds had the single most home runs in one season and is held off the ballot each and every year because of his past reputation. During the steroid era, professional baseball players had to adapt to what they were doing, which would make it unfair to punish these athletes by not allowing them to be admitted to the Hall of Fame. Thank you.